The following is an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network.
Some halftime stats for you real quick. I had Jackson Caldwell with 5 tackles, Javion Davis with 4, Dalton Baker with 3 tackles and 2 fumble recoveries. Also had Woody Grimes with a fumble recovery touchdown and interception, 32 yards returned. Mr. Automatic is 7 for 7. Jordavion Williams, 128 yards on 3 carries, 2 touchdowns. Brady Pennister, 51 on 3 carries with 2 touchdowns. And Devontae Grimes, 38 yards on 2 carries with a touchdown. And that is your stats, as we are about 2.5 minutes from teeing this bad boy up. Fellas, I believe we have Wayne Pumphrey joining us here in the second half, giving us a little extra to talk about. 49-0. Wayne, what do you look to see?
Well, this is where you get stuff on film. Freshmen have moved up. You want to get them in the game, but you want them in situations where they need to, perform. You want to see them do some stuff. And not only that, Brendan, you got guys that, okay, they've been backups. This is a chance for you to get out there and show the coach and Layman's strength. I want it. I want to play. I want to get more playing time. Well, this is where you show the coach you can do it.
Well
Things
said.
like that's what you're looking for, especially from the coaching staff.
Right. Rocket?
Well, like Wayne said, you want to get these guys reps, and you want to get them reps and put them in different game time situations, because Hampton just proved right there up until the second half they're going to keep playing football.
Oh,
and they're going to
absolutely.
keep moving the ball down the field, and they're going to keep trying to score on us. And these guys, that's when your back's against the wall, that's how you see how they're going to react to those situations.
And Hampton's got 2 or 3 skill guys, man, that they're quick. They
Yeah.
just have problems holding on to the football, and that's a lot of times just trying to do something that's not there, trying to make something happen. You start looking at the scoreboard, okay, it's 14-0, I got to make this happen. Well, next thing you know, you tuck the ball trying to go one way, and you get slapped from behind, balls on the ground, Junction takes over. I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I'm looking forward to seeing, and that is Zamundre Gray. He is a lot of talk about this kid coming out of 9th grade, and me and you got to put eyes on him, Derek. I believe
impressive.
it was 300-something yards on 14 carries last week. Everything I saw, he's small, but, man, this dude's quick, shifty, good hands. I mean, it was something to watch. As Junction City will receive the football to start this second half.
Brendan, last year when they moved the freshmen up, it was a spark that Dragon team last year really needed, and those freshmen
right.
came in and made some plays. Now, I mean, you got a long list of them. A lot of them you see them out here still playing sophomores, and they're
Baker.
still making plays. And, it paid dividends that the reps they got at the end of last year carried over.
I mean, that's just that many more bodies. Hey, you got people competing with you for a spot.
Yeah.
I mean, you got several on that team, on the 9th grade team that come up. If you're not up to your capabilities, they're going to take your spot. And that may ignite a fire, as Devin said, under some of these kids. And, I mean, who knows? I mean, you can't ever have too many bodies. We're poised for a deep run in the playoffs, and it starts tonight. He's going to onside kick that at Baker. Baker, I thought it slipped out there for a second. Great job of number 44 holding on to that football. And I believe 61.
Start us right there at the 50.
I believe 61 is Bolton. 60, I believe, is Greer, but let me double check on that. No, Shern, excuse me, Matthew Shern.
You got Montre coming in. You got
Caldwell
Jackson in the
running back.
backfield, or Caldwell in the backfield. And you saw Caldwell get a lot of carries late in the year last year as a freshman and get those reps.
Bolton, number 61, the senior, getting some PT tonight. Montre's in the gun. Alongside him, Jackson Caldwell. Hankton's got it. Low snap right off the bat. Caldwell's going to have to pick that up, trying to make something happen. He splits a couple defenders and wrapped up. That's not how you want to start the second half. Wayne?
We talked about these last 3 games, among ourselves, and y'all have mentioned during the broadcast. You want to start tonight honing stuff down, getting ready for a play. If you're going to make a playoff run, talking about it's one thing, doing it's another.
Yes.
If you want to make that playoff run, you got to have things clicking. And this has been a problem for the most part of the season.
Yes.
We get into a spell of bad snaps.
Well, like against a team like Prescott or, say, Harmony Grove, tries to run right up the gut. He's still fighting for yardage. Hampton kind of gave up on that play, and he was one slip away making a play right there. But like Wayne just said, man, this is where you gotta be crisp right here, because you look back, say the Harmony Grove game, we put the ball on the ground 5 or 6 times, and guess what? We lost the game by a touchdown.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, you look at the penalties in that game, you look at the turnovers, you're like, my gosh, they got blowed out. They got mercy rule. No, they didn't.
No, we
one
really,
play away from tying it.
And we beat ourselves. I'll stand behind it. You put the ball on the ground at Haynesville to start that game at the 1 yard line. I still stand behind what I said. I've seen videos. Thought he was in. Kind of gave up on the play. He's going to loft that downfield, and good job of tailing.
Yeah.
Woody kind of gave up on it here. I thought he wanted to go to Woody down low, but I don't know if Woody slipped. Not sure what happened there. Kane Lee trotting on the field. Kane Lee trotting back off the field.
And Baker's back to punt.
53. I believe that's Nemo, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Caldwell. Heard a lot of good things about this kid. He was one of the names that we were told to keep an eye on as he moved up. He kind of compared to Jordan Banks, just kind of that frame. Baker gets a punt off. It's a pretty good height. Caldwell was right underneath it almost. No, that was Graydon Henry, excuse me. He's going to down it at the 34. And that's where the Bulldog offense will take over. That's not really how you wanted to see that first drive go for Junction City. Trying to see, we got the first team
I think that
D
first team
on, right?
defense is back out. Well, there comes 33.
Dominique crosses a guy over, crosses the official, then gives him the jump shot. Good ball skills there by Grimes. You got your first team defense out there. You started off right, man. Blitz the gaps. You know what they're going to try to do. They had some passes there to close out that first half. Kind of a delayed one there. Keon Smith slowed up, had the tackle. I believe that was it Pinister? Yes, Brady Pinister on the tackle after a gain of about 5.
Caldwell helped clean that up.
Keon Smith had him dead to the world, kind of hesitated there at the last second, and he was able to get around him. We'll have a running clock throughout this second half. Play clock's at 10. Plenty of time to get their play off. Got Twins to the far side. 5 seconds. They're going to get it off. Kind of a low snap. He's going to try to follow that big blocker, and I believe he's at a first down.
He got it, I believe. Yeah.
Kind of punching that first team D in the mouth right now.
Well,
You're going to bring Baker back in. Now you have the full first team defense.
You talk about something that just really kills the team. You go out and
Flat.
just lay the smack down on them in the first half, and we ain't got to sugarcoat it. And then you get complacent. You get a full stomach, and you're sitting back. You take your foot off the pedal, and if we ain't careful, this team's going to drive down and score on us.
You don't want to lose that 0 on the other side. Another hold on Baker down low. Man, my goodness.
That's a good ball.
He throws a pretty ball.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does, man. I like his presence in the pocket. And keep in mind, this is a young guy. 32 guys on the roster. You know, Rocket, think about this. 32 guys on the roster. 24 of them are sophomore freshmen playing. Now, they didn't bring freshmen up, bring them up. Brought them up, we need them. And you see some stuff out of Hampton. Give Coach, Morphus a couple years to rebuild this program. He had to rebuild it. This is second year completely. And, first you crawl, then you walk.
Absolutely.
You got 75% of the roster with 1 year or less playing time in the high school field.
Got some space.
And the speed, every level of the game that you move up, the speed changes. The game changes. Everybody's a little bit bigger. Everybody's a little bit faster. And these guys haven't seen that.
You'll give this group – you'll see some improvements next year with them, but I believe 2 years from now, this group right here
It's gonna be a
will
good
be
ball
a quality
team.
football team.
Yeah, you should, if everything goes right for them, and I hope it does, because people can't see it, but the far end of the stands here, it's packed with what they call the diehards, the cowbell ringers. They got signs up and all that. They're still here carrying on. A lot of people here from any cheer, of course, but you got a lot of people here cheering and carrying on, encouraging this team, and that's what it needs. You got to have that. And, you look at our fan base, and it's not bad, but they're spoiled rotten.
They're spoiled rotten.
They are spoiled rotten. And you look over at that far side, and you might have a third of the crowd here. For a program to maintain or for a program to develop, you got to have fans involved, encouraging, carrying on. And, this is Devin's first year.
Yep.
He's got stuff he's wanting to implement. He's wanting to get in. And the best thing about a first-year coach, he becomes a second-year coach.
Absolutely.
I mean, that's just like it's saying about sophomores. What's the great thing about playing sophomores? The next year they're juniors, thank God. So, you look at Hampton's perspective, 2 years, from now we want to make a decent playoff run. You're looking at Junction, and it's like we want to make a playoff run. And I'll tell y'all, right now we're not ready. I mean, that's just my 2 cents worth. We're not ready.
You can't turn it on and off.
Thank you. You cannot.
You can't just go out there and, okay, we're going to play football. It don't work like that. You got to sharpen your skills right now.
I mean, for one, you got to have, and I'm just going to say it, and I know people go back and watch it, well, my gosh, he's being critical. No, I'm being honest. You got to have senior leadership.
Yeah.
And there's a guy sitting to my left down a little bit. His senior year, I would attend practices, and this is back in 2003. And those seniors would get right around Coach Carb, form a circle, take a knee, grab hands, listen to every word he said, because they were determined to do something.
My goodness.
Yeah, I'm looking here.
Just carried that
I thought the ball come out, but I think they already blew it
They
dead.
should have blowed them down. No. And that's what I'm talking about there. That's things Hampton can build on. We got guys fighting. We got guys trying to, do their thing and show that they're wanting to get this program going and give Sixth Credit a great run. But in 2003, those seniors took charge and said, we got unfinished business, and they finished it.
Right.
To make a playoff run, it's the little things you have to do. You have to do them correctly.
Yeah.
Little things turn into big things when you don't perform.
Everything's got to be perfect.
That's it.
And I'll go back to the fan situation, Wayne. If you ever think those kids don't look up there in those bleachers and see who's there, you're wrong, because
you're fooling yourself. That's right.
Good tackle by Dom. Ball's out. Penister has the football. I thought Dom ripped it on the initial hit. They call it blown dead?
Yeah.
I thought he had ripped it on the tackle. I don't think he got maybe a yard on that, if that. Trying to see where the spot's at.
Wayne, going back to that Haynesville game, it's a bad memory, but me and Gary were talking at the halftime, and, Junction was down big. The second half, this is what kind of team you got. When you're down big like Hampton is right now, that's when you go out there and show, hey, we got some fight in us, and we're not going to give up, and we're going to keep going. And this Hampton team's being impressive right now. They ain't giving up. They ain't looking at the scoreboard. They're looking at the end zone.
They're firing off the football.
Good point, Derek. I like it. They're not looking at a scoreboard. Forget the scoreboard. I'm looking at the end zone.
Yeah.
Good job getting away from that. Woody's going to pick that.
Man, he was trying to throw it away.
He was trying to throw it away, which is, yeah.
We brought the house, brought pressure. They have done a phenomenal job of picking up that middle pressure. We brought Hudson 3 times, and he's been picked up immediately.
Yeah.
Every time.
Oh, here we go. Zamundre Gray is on the football field, fellas.
Number
7.
Changes.
55. Is that Brady Britton? 55?
76.
76.
Trying to see if I can get some numbers here.
76 Chandler. He's a starting center.
He's starting. They got a couple coming in. I'm just trying to call
That's
numbers.
Woody.
I think they're going to work, and I would. I mean, some people go, well, what are they doing? You want to work them in with the starters, with the backups that play a lot, to let them get a feel for everything.
Going to hand that off to Caldwell. Caldwell, pretty good carry there.
Caldwell
positive yards.
He keeps those legs churning the whole time he's running.
Okay, by Jackson Caldwell.
Brennan Lee, and I believe that's Thurman trotting in.
Yeah. Grimes brothers just went off the field.
Their game might be over with tonight. Woody had a great game defensively. Fumble recovery for a touchdown and 2 interceptions.
And a long touchdown run.
Dom had the punt return touchdown. Owen's going to hand that to Caldwell. Caldwell. .32, that's Graydon Henry coming in. Got a minute and a half before the third quarter comes to a close. 3rd and about 1. Hayden Hudson trotting off the field. His night's probably done. Same formation. Zamundre Gray's over there on that far side with Thurman. Play clock got 12 seconds. I thought Caldwell got an early start there, and I don't know if he got it. I think he went backwards.
I believe he did too. It's going to depend if they give him any forward progress or not. I didn't really see any forward.
I don't think so, 'cause you're seeing Baker and the punt crew come out on the field.
Yep.
Got 30 seconds till the 4th quarter.
That's what we're talking about. You see the Hampton kids hustling off the field. You see them running to their positions. They're hustling. They're still fighting, and it's commendable.
See if Baker can get a pretty good punt off here. Got Brennan Lee at the flank on this side. Couldn't tell you that was that Owens. Gets a high one, kind of a wobbly one. You got to jump on that.
Yeah, not jump away from it.
Graydon Henry did his best ballerina position there, kind of skied it up and twisted away from it. He was excited, I understand. That's going to bring the 3rd quarter to a close. It's 49-0 Junction City when we return in about a minute.
The following has been an exclusive presentation of the Dragon Sports Network.